When it comes to gold watches, I've never been a big fan because I don't like blingy watches, but I don't mind toned down watches regardless of the material. It could be platinum, could be gold, it doesn't matter. Now, I've got a gold watch here in my hands and I've sort of been drawn to it. I've enjoyed it because it's toned down. It's got a leather strap. It wears beautifully. It's got around 68 hours of power reserve. And the beauty of this watch, it actually comes with two different dials. There's a green one and there's a gold one. And they're both included in the package. So you can swap out the dials. Not you, not me. They can do it for you. And the first swap over is free. So that's really nice and interesting, but the watch is very expensive. In my opinion, as a watch enthusiast, I'm looking at this. There are two variants. There's a stainless steel and there is this gold one, and they're both expensive. So if you want to know the price, here's a timestamp. Jump into that section of the video. It'll tell you the price. For me, I think the experience has been good throughout the week. There are other options at that price point, but whatever the case, for someone who doesn't like gold necessarily, I found this a very easy watch to get along with on my wrist. So let's dive in. Now this brand March LAB has been around for a while and I've reviewed quite a few watches. I really like this shape. I've reviewed a few of their watches, but they've been too thick, they've been too big, and I've complained in the reviews and I've said, guys, the watch is lovely. I like that they're different. I like that they're using a 4:30 crown or 4 o'clock crown. It's nice, they got their unique signature, and that's important when looking at brands that are independent, that are bringing their own unique flair. It seems they've been listening because this watch is thin, it's the right size, it wears well, it's a 68-hour power reserve Le Jour Perret. I think the attention to detail has been absolutely spot on. It's drawn me in as an enthusiast to look at it with a different eye and maybe one day consider actually wearing a gold watch for myself. Nothing blingy as I said, but something a little bit more toned down. Now, spending time with this watch throughout the week, although it's been very easy to bond with, even being a gold watch, I did still find 3 areas that offer room for improvement that I think could make this watch better. And I'm going to share that in the room for improvement section. Now, March LAB has sponsored this video, so I will of course leave all the appropriate links in the description section. If you're keen on this watch, by all means, feel free to check them out. And diving straight into the specifications of this watch, I did say that this is a smaller and thinner watch. For a dress style watch that's elegant, classy, and very easy to get along with, I think this is ideal. And looking at the physical dimensions of this watch, it's a rectangle case that measures 35 by 39 mil. That case height is exactly 11 mil and the lug width is 20. Now the crown I found very interesting on this watch because again, it's also rectangle. And I measured the dimensions of 4.6 millimeters by 6 millimeters. It's a signed push-pull crown. The watch offers 50 meters of water resistance, and the total weight on the supplied alligator strap, I measure exactly 60 grams. Now this is where the watch has shined for me, and that's on the wrist. And it's been a surprise, a fully gold watch and gold dial, but somewhat subdued and not blingy, has been easy on my eyes. It's a very 1970s look for me. I've enjoyed its legibility, I've enjoyed its functionality, and even that supplied alligator strap has been comfortable from the get-go. In fact, that strap itself is also made in France. The bolstering near the watch head is just thick enough without being overbearing, and it's got a nice delicate feel at the tang buckle and that tongue. So comfort-wise, this watch has been easy as soon as I open up the box. Now turning the watch over, you'll notice the green skeleton exhibition caseback. It's their signature green colour, and hiding behind that caseback is the Le Jour Perret Small Seconds Automatic. It features 68 hours of power reserve, it hacks and it hand winds, and in its usability throughout the week, I've had no issues at all with this movement. Now the crystal on this watch is a flat sapphire. The anti-reflective coating on the underside has been doing a great job. I've not had any complaints in that department either, because the look of that gear shade dial, you can see very good detail, the handset and the markers stand out, so technically the watch has been functioning great in the area of legibility regardless that it's gold on gold. Because of the different surface finishes, it works. Now lastly, I want to talk about that case. It is gold plated, it is 3 microns, it seems to be done very well. Now, how long will 3 microns last? How many years? I don't know. And obviously being a dress style watch, it might not be a watch that you're going to be wearing daily. I don't see why you shouldn't get many years of use out of this before there's any potential wear and tear. Now, all that said, I did mention at the start of this video, I did find 3 areas that could offer room for improvement. And first and foremost, let's get the elephant out of the way, the price. This is an expensive watch. The watch comes in at just over 4,500 Australian dollars. That's almost 3,000 USD. At that price point, looking at it as an enthusiast, that is an expensive watch. But the strange thing is, I've reviewed quite a few watches from March LAB, they sell out. I get on their website, they sell out. So whatever they produce, whatever asking price they have, there's obviously a cult following for this brand, especially in France, they sell out. And I don't see any reason why something like this, being a watch that is very different and offering a very unique flair, I can see why. Now, the second area that I think could offer room for improvement is a design choice, and that's that crown. Now, they've opted for a rectangular crown. It's different. I found it very different. You have to grab it from the flat end and turn it and you basically have to turn it, take your hand off, turn it as you want to wind the watch initially. The hacking's been relatively easy, so you can put your finger underneath, stop that movement, set the time, and easily get the watch going again. And for me, I found this crown a little bit of a surprise. Normally I've had hexagon crowns or, 6 sides or 8 sides. I've not really liked the feel of them, mainly because they've been on mechanical watches. Now, this is an automatic. So in that regard, I'm sort of happy to overlook this for its design element, but be aware that crown is a little bit of a surprise. It does get a little bit of getting used to, but it does get you to also slow down and spend some more time with the watch. And the last thing I want to speak about in the room for improvement section is that rotor noise. The Le Jour Perret is known for making rotor noise, and this one here has been no exception. And for me personally, I'm sharing this as an observation because I've got quite a few watches that have rotor wobble and rotor noise, Valjoux movements. I love them. I actually like them, but I'm sharing it for you guys so you know, be aware that this watch will offer considerable rotor noise, and that's something to consider when looking for a watch with a movement like this. So this has been a very interesting experience for me, a very interesting learning curve for me, because I've not liked gold watches, as I said. Not being a gold guy, I have bonded with something that looks like this. I don't mind a watch that's leather strap and a little bit of gold, as in the whole watch can be gold, even dial, as long as it's not blingy. It just seems to work. In my eye, this worked on my wrist. I think this brand is quite individualistic, albeit their watches are expensive. And the thing that I take away at the end of the week while spending time on the wrist with this watch, it's been very reminiscent of something from the 70s. Having that 68-hour power reserve has been ideal, because even if you put the watch down for several days, then pick it up to wear it again, it's still going. So hit me up in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think of this particular watch. I think March LAB has listened by making a thinner, smaller watch in this case shape and configuration. For me, this is the sort of stuff that works. So thank you for watching. Continue to enjoy the hobby and all these little goodies that come through our hands on a daily basis. And like me, don't be scared to dive in a little bit more in areas that are out of your comfort zone. In this case, a gold colored watch, because it just opens up a whole new area of experimentation and learning. Thanks for watching.